That breaking news tonight, a wildfire in the scenic Columbia River Gorge forcing hundreds out of their homes. With new evacuations now in place at this hour, the Eagle Creek fire is burning at least 3,200 acres, which is about the size of Woodburn. But you should know at 11 o'clock it only continues to grow, even shutting down I-84. This is KOIN 6 News at 11 o'clock. I'm Jennifer Hoff. Jeff Gianola is off tonight. The fire not only growing, it's growing quickly, and information is changing fast too. You're looking at a map of evacuation orders. At this hour, we know people in Warrendale, Dodson, Larch Mountain, and East Corbett. If you live in that area, you need to get out now, while people living in La Tourelle and Bridalveil need to be prepared to go at a moment's notice. Meanwhile, the rest of Corbett should be ready to evacuate if needed. Take a look now at some of the pictures of this fire, which broke out Saturday near the popular Punch Bowl Falls, stranding hikers there. Officials pointing to fireworks as a cause. A suspect is cooperating with police, but tonight concern is mounting for those really who can only watch and wait as it just continues to spread. We want to go now to our Cole Miller, who's live tonight with the very latest. Cole, what's your location?
Jennifer, good evening. We are right here near Beacon Rock State Park, and what a sight this is behind us. In the hours we've been out here covering this fire, it is no doubt growing. Take a look. Those winds you mentioned really picking up tonight, pushing this to the west where we're seeing those new evacuation orders. And it really is even just hard to find the words to describe this. A true hell on earth, almost apocalyptic looking. The glow from those flames hiding, for the most part, thousands of trees that have been scorched. And tonight, embers are still flying, heavy ash raining down for miles. And as you can see right there, entire cliff sides engulfed in flames.
Oregon is burning. All of Oregon is burning. It's all burning.
Flames tearing through the trees, thick smoke blanketing the gorge. These are the surreal images of the Eagle Creek fire tonight.
Sad, very sad. It's scary. It's just really sad.
From the Bridge of the Gods in Cascade Locks, as seen from Washington, that blaze inches towards a town evacuating.
I can only imagine how all the people feel with their homes close to it and their businesses and things that people have worked their whole lives to.
The fire forcing so many from their homes here to the Skamania County Fairgrounds in Stevenson.
And they came through about 1 o'clock and told us we had to go.
Robert Loomis moved to Cascade Locks just a month ago. He tells me the stress nearly sent him to the hospital.
I haven't seen one this big. I've seen a lot of them, but I've not seen one this big.
Right here along Rock Cove is where some 65 people are camping overnight in their RVs and trailers, with a front row seat to that devastation burning across the river. And just over this way here at the fairgrounds, some 15 people are taking shelter indoors.
And I don't know if I'll ever see my home again.
Fighting back tears, it's where we met Brenda Johnston, her dog Poppy helping her to cope.
That's my happy place, and I miss it. I just want to be able to sit in my studio and look out at my pond and be happy.
And as the sun went down, a fiery red fireball, the winds kicked up. Along with those flames, this look from near the Bonneville Dam showing just how out of hand this fire is.
I just want to ask people to please pray for us. Just pray.
And there it is, another live look as we come back out here in the gorge. That glowing smoke just rolling and billowing into the sky. Now, evacuation notices in Cascade Locks, they had been at level 1, rather, many of those bumping up to level 2. Meanwhile, the rest of that city, that town, has been evacuated. And at this hour, I-84 does remain closed in all directions as this fire continues to burn out of control in all directions. The elementary school in Cascade Locks is also closed tomorrow. And Jennifer, it's hard to wrap your head around this. Again, really hard to find the words to describe this. We're talking about this luscious, pristine green gorge now turning orange and red, billowing black smoke. Likely when the sun comes up tomorrow, so much of this will be blackened. Live tonight near Beacon Rock State Park, Cole Miller, KOIN 6 News.
And that is when we will get our best view of exactly what is going on there and happening to our beautiful gorge. Hell on earth, describes Cole. Be safe out there. Thank you for the update. By the way, there is a new Red Cross shelter that is set up at the Yoshida Center at Mount Hood Community College. Volunteers there are busy. They're setting up food. They're setting up water if you need it. There aren't any evacuees staying there yet tonight, but we did speak with one woman who is there, and she is ready to help.
We have a bedroom downstairs, a bathroom, a kitchen, and we have also a bunk bed, so we can accommodate the family. So we wanted to give this option to families.
But those evacuation levels continue to change, sometimes by the hour. Again, people living in Warrendale, Dodson, Larch Mountain, and East Corbett at this time need to get out immediately. Not only has it shut down neighborhoods and threatened homes, this fire is also shutting down businesses. There is one, though, that was at least this afternoon staying open to help some of the firefighters who are there on scene. Bridgeside Restaurant, which is right next to the Bridge of the Gods, at one point was just under a level 2 evacuation order there, and it was closed to the public, of course, but they again wanted to stay open to feed the more than 100 firefighters who were working there nearby.
It's a serious event that's happening around here, and it's a disaster, but it's beautiful at the same time, seeing how many people come together when something like this happens.
The restaurant prepared 200 breakfast boxes this morning and burritos for lunch, and they say they plan to keep going as long as they are able. Now, for people in the metro area here closer to Portland, the smoke-filled air is a constant reminder of all of the wildfires burning in the Northwest. Look at this animation that shows the smoke that's pouring into the valley from the fires there in the Gorge, in the Cascades. There's fires in Idaho and Montana that are adding to it. And tomorrow, smoke from that Chetco bar fire, which is the largest in the country, will start moving north into our area as well before we may get some relief on Wednesday. Now is when we turn to meteorologist Claire Anderson. We've had a lot of people calling into the newsroom, seeing some of that ash and the wind making news tonight, too.
This is such a sad story to report. We're really feeling it here. And the reason is this fire is not done tonight. We've got strong winds forecasted for this evening, easterly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour. Humidity levels are dry. I was talking with everyone earlier. It's been so long since we've seen any rain in the Gorge area, let alone Portland. And I want to show you this. So the reason we're seeing all of this ash moving to our area, we've got these easterly winds, this easterly flow that's moving it into downtown Portland, across the metro area, south as well. Don't expect things to get clear until several days. We've got this ash expected for tonight and even into Tuesday. Here's a look at the current wind speeds. Easterly winds, these are gusting around 20 miles per hour in Washougal, Cascade Locks around 3, but you can see the color right here showing you how strong it is. We don't have observation sites up on those hills, but the winds are gusty this evening. Again, an air quality alert remains in effect through tomorrow evening. This could go even longer, but coming up, I'll talk more about your complete forecast and when we'll start to possibly see some relief.
Yeah, we wait for that patiently. Thanks, Claire. And for the third time this fire season, Governor Kate Brown is calling in the National Guard for help. And since that call came in, the Guard's members have only had 7 days to prepare. Our Andrew Dimbert was in Salem to capture what it's really like to fight one of these wildfires.